March is National Credit Education Month, and today we are talking about credit cards, who should have them, how many, what types of ones are right for you. A lot to get to here. Joining me now to talk more about that, we have certified financial planner Heath Grossman joining us. Mr. Grossman, good morning. Good to see you again. How are you?
Doing great, Tim. Good to see you, too.
Yeah, glad to have you here. Let's get right into it. First things first, should every adult have a credit card?
Well, while you could certainly function financially without a credit card, it's a good idea to have one. I mean, not only from the standpoint of it being a mechanism for transactional ease and not having to carry cash with you, it's really a good way to build credit, which is very important.
Yes. Now, the credit card, I imagine the interest rate that you would be paying is probably the single biggest factor, but tell me if I'm wrong and tell me what else people should be looking for when trying to decide which card is right for them.
Well, you're absolutely. The interest rate is a huge factor, but you also have to remember that you're really only paying that interest rate if you're not paying off your credit card on a monthly basis. So while choosing a credit card and all the different features and points and aspects of it are certainly important, there's the other aspect, which is just your own personal financial habits. Most important thing when you have a credit card is to pay that balance off every single month. And that way you're not incurring any type of interest or having those late payments that hit your credit report and stay there for about 7.5 years.
Yeah, you don't want that. Now, you said all those sort of perks and points that a lot of credit cards offer. Might as well take advantage of it if it's there, but is there anything to look out for that you might want to stay away from?
Sure. I mean, basically, there's lots of cards out there. There's lots of companies that are essentially vying to loan you money. I mean, that's essentially what's happening. And they'll give you points that you could redeem for maybe airline miles, or they'll give you cash back on certain purchases. You want to be choosing those, things based on your lifestyle. You want to make sure that any type of rewards that are part of your card do fit your lifestyle. You don't want to have a whole bunch of airline miles that you're accruing, then you never really travel and never really use it. So being aware of, what those perks are and whether it fits your lifestyle is very important.
You mentioned they're all competing to try to get you to get their business. So you get a lot of offers. Every time you're going somewhere new, I feel like you go to a store, they're offering you a credit card. The gas pump, they're offering you a credit card. Are there any ideas on, should you take advantage of some of them? Are too many credit cards a bad thing?
Too many credit cards can certainly be a bad thing. I mean, you certainly want to have a couple of cards that you use. You want to actually use them. You don't want to carry, no balance that you never actually use it. So you only want a couple of cards that you're using on a regular basis. You want to be paying them off every single month. Be also wary of all the balance transfer types of, I wouldn't say scams or gimmicks, but it's a little bit of a game. A lot of people, they do carry balances, and it can be advantageous to transfer that to, let's say, a 0% card so you can, lower your interest payments.
Right.
But you have to be aware of a lot of the fine print. I mean, there's usually a lot of details there. Are there going to be balance transfer fees? Mm-hmm. Is there going to be an introductory rate that's going to go away at a certain point? So those are things to be aware of, and those are usually the details that are in that fine print that you need to read.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was going to be my last question. What to do with those balance transfers? Read that fine print. That is very, very good advice there. Mr. Grossman, thank you so much for taking the time to give us just a little bit of a primer on what to look for with credit cards. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely, Tim. Thank you.